Hey, this is Deremiah CPE, winner of the Nightingale Conan's Acres of Diamonds Award. And if you don't know who Nightingale Conan is, they are the company that started it all back with Earl Nightingale and The Strangest Secret. I was fortunate back in 2004 to win that Acres of Diamonds Award. But today, I'm here to talk about something totally different. I'm here to talk about a young lady by the name of Danielle Herb. And Danielle Herb is an amazing young woman who introduces kids who, like herself, that have ADHD and ADD. Now, if you don't know what that is, that's attention deficit disorder. That's what ADD is. It's like when kids have trouble keeping their focus. All right, there are a number of other things that flow along with that, but they have fears too. And Danielle found out through working with horses herself that she had the ability to teach other kids how to overcome their fears. And that's why I'm here today, because back in 2002, this lovely woman here by the name of Amy Blossom was someone that I had an opportunity to meet because I was starting to work with kids who had ADHD and ADD, and she introduced me to a new way of helping them see the world through horses. And that's when I got my own personal experience about the power of a horse and what they can teach a child. Now, Danielle is doing this as a teenager. I mean, she started this place, for herself and other kids when she was about 14, somewhere around there. And she had an amazing operation that began to get so much attention that even people from the medical industry were coming to get her assistance and to get her help on how to help children with these disorders. The amazing thing that happened is that she had a phenomenal breakthrough. She was awarded by Target stores through the Tiger Woods Foundation and was given startup money, and she got a lot of publicity through other opportunities working with major internet speakers and major internet platform workers and people who created products, and just built this phenomenal following. And then all of a sudden Danielle had an experience that changed her whole life, because she began to suffer from chronic pain in her body. And as she went from doctor to doctor, no one could help. And Danielle is still continuing this effort of healing herself against this challenge that she's faced. And that's why we're here today, because we're here to talk about how you can now be a part of helping Danielle turn her life around. Because her mother, Mary Ann, and the rest of her friends have been trying to do this. And even with, good insurance company and everything else, you're not able to take care of all of the expenses and the bills that go into something like this. Seriously, people. It's almost about, $100,000 a year, sometimes more, just to help Danielle with this challenge that she's had. Between Florida and Rhode Island, Danielle's been going back and forth and back and forth. And she's had some very, very tough experiences where, people have not really treated her with the greatest care that you could treat a child with. To the degree that sometimes people have thought, well, maybe we ought to, institutionalize her versus dealing with her pain in her body. And until you have pain yourself, you don't know what it's like for someone to suffer from chronic pain. And so I am inviting you and all my friends to come along with me, and let's do something that's never been done before. Let's raise money for Danielle, and let's get her story out there so that other people will know that when we come together as a community, things can change. We can make things better if we have someone who can believe in us. And I know what it means to have somebody believe in you. And I understand the power of relationship. And when friends come together and people begin to work together, things can change. Because I believe deep down inside of all of us, there is an amazing ability to heal ourselves. But sometimes we need other people to come along and lock arms with us, on one side and the other side. And sometimes hold us up because we're not feeling, strong enough ourselves to do it ourselves. That's why we have community, unity, people coming together and people doing something for a great cause and a great purpose. I hope you get what I'm talking about, because you know me, if you watch any of my videos, you know that I like to really let it all hang out in terms of, really bringing the enthusiasm message, to the concept. And I think that there's a time for you and there's a time for me to really get enthusiastic about what we believe in. Because when the medical industry may not have all the answers, that's when we come together. That's when we began to pull together our resources. That's when we began to pray for the person that's being challenged. That's when we began to send good thoughts and ideas and vibes to the person that's struggling and suffering. And I know, that a lot of people feel like, hey man, they're going through some things too. And I understand that, but we can't get locked in our pain. We can't get locked in, our own disappointment and forget the power of when we stand together and when we come out together and we do something great and fantastic. We might find that through our helping someone else, we begin to change our own situation, our own circumstance, because we begin to see that by people working together, by people coming together and doing what they should do, great things can happen. This is Deremiah CPE, and I hope you join me and Danielle, because we're going to be moving forward on Team Danielle, and that's what we called it. We've come together to do something that's going to make a difference in her life, and I thank you for joining me today. This is Deremiah CPE, and I love Danielle.